Do you drive an Acura or a Honda from 2019 to early 2020s and it's giving you this kind of warning light on your dash like this? I took the car to the dealership and they gave me a quote for 1,800 bucks because it's a malfunction of the multi-purpose camera and it needs to be replaced. They said the camera's 800, the labor is another 1,000. So that's not gonna work for me. Went on eBay. Here's the camera, 100 bucks later. It's the Honda camera, so it's in a lot of different Hondas and Acuras. You can see this is what it looks like. It looks out at the road, sits behind your rear view mirror, controls the automatic braking, automatic cruise control, and your lane assist. What I'll be showing is me replacing this in my wife's Acura RDX from 2019, but it's gonna be the same idea in the Acura MDX and the Honda CRV, Accords, and Civics. It may not be identical, but it's going to be very, very similar. Hope it saves you some money and some time.
Flathead screwdriver. Up here, you just have to find the little slot. You can get the screwdriver in there, give it a little wiggle, pop this guy out, easy peasy, pull this out, and then from here you can release this. You just pull on that, then do the same thing on the other side, pull up a little bit, it pops out. It's hard to do with one hand. And then the whole thing comes loose, and you can see the camera, Honda, same model, and touch this with your hand and you will feel how hot it gets, and that confirms this is overheating because it absorbs so much heat from the windshield. And here's how you swap it out. All right, in order to remove this, there's a little spring that you can see up here that you just need to push this up till it compresses the spring, and then you can pull the camera out and then you can unplug. All right, let's see if it shows it like this. So I just need to compress the spring on each side enough to get this out, and it comes out. Little tab, press the tab, and it comes undone. It's out. New camera. I labeled it as new so I don't get it wrong. I'm gonna put it right back in here. Slide it back into place. Let me show you what I'm doing here. Up in here, you can see that the bottom parts of the camera just fit into these little brackets, and then the top part goes in. And you find the right spot, give it a little push, it's in. I've just got to put these pieces back on. They attach on the bottom part first, and then you can clip the top part in. Easy peasy, this piece goes in, clips right back. We're good to go.
I hope that helps some people. Now, if you don't fully believe my theory here about overheating camera, when you come home after driving and it's giving you those errors, pop it open, touch it, see if it's too hot to touch. And if you're thinking a camera should be able to operate this hot, this shouldn't be an issue, why don't you pull the camera out, bring it inside, cool it down, put it in front of a fan, let it sit next to your air conditioner. Then after it feels nice and cool to the touch, bring it outside, install it in your car. I bet those errors go away. And if they do, it's gonna show you that there's a problem with your camera overheating. I don't know what causes it, but it'll put you on the right track. Even if you decide to buy the camera brand new, it'll still only be $700 or $800, and then you can save yourself all of the labor by doing it yourself. Another few things you might want to check before you actually replace the camera is that your battery is giving a good charge. If your battery starts to malfunction, it can impact some of your electronics. It could even be the fan that's connected to the battery causing it to overheat, which can cause some other issues. So if you know you need to replace it, this is how it's done. But you might want to check a few other things before you go to replace it. And like I showed, when you're replacing this, as it's giving you the malfunction, when you get home and you put your car in park, pop the cover off and feel how hot this is. If it's hot, almost too hot to touch, that should be a good sign that this is your issue. If it's not too hot, it could be something else. It also is a common problem that this needs to be replaced after you replaced your windshield, especially if you replaced your windshield with a non-Acura windshield. I don't know what causes all that trouble, but I think it has something to do with the layer of glass causing magnification, which overheats this. Just speculation. The other thing to note is once this is installed, it might need to be calibrated, which you can do at the dealership. You bring it to the dealer, you pay them a couple bucks to calibrate it, and it'll take care of it. But in my case, I was able to buy this camera off of a used Acura RDX, which is the same model. So it was already calibrated to the dimensions of the car. So I took it out and tested it in the lane. I tested that it was going to do the automatic cruise control correctly, and I was very careful and noticed that it also applied automatic braking when necessary. So if you're getting it replaced yourself, you might want to calibrate it or get the camera from an identical model. One last thing to show, I pulled the multi-purpose camera apart so you could take a look at it. It doesn't mean much to me, but maybe someone out there knows how to fix this to prevent it from overheating. I was starting to get creative myself before I found such good deals on eBay. Maybe you could drill some holes in this to help it get better airflow. Maybe you could 3D print this part in a kind of plastic that can handle heat better, so that the back of this won't get so hot. There might be something you could do. Maybe you could paint this with some kind of paint that is better at handling heat and not direct metal that gets so hot you can't touch it. But I think that's it for this video. I've been rambling on. I hope this helps someone. Thanks for watching.